I want to start this video off by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Freaky Jersey Tales. I go by the name of Ladies and Gentlemen, and it's another day, another dollar we don't spend on these. And you already know, I'm back again to tell you some freaky Jersey Tales. Hey, yo, check it. I'm finna tell you guys about the time I worked in the medical field. At the time, I think I was about 19 years old. And I got a new job working at a medical facility. I almost didn't get the job because the supervisor was looking at my age and she told me she never hired anyone as young as me. So she was assuming that I would quit right away since the job requires a lot of work. I pretty much convinced her that I'm a hard worker, so she said, okay, I'll give you a shot. I was excited because I was gonna make more money than my previous jobs working at this place. So once I started working, everything was calm and chill. The supervisor introduced me to everyone and all that good stuff. So I want to say my second or third day of working there, a food service manager told me that I won't have to buy lunch again because they'll give me free food for lunch. So I'm like, oh, word? Say no more. So grabbed a drink, sandwich, and I proceeded to the break room, right? So as I'm eating my lunch, one of the nurses kept walking back and forth past the break room looking at me. I didn't really pay her any mind because I was eating and playing with my cell phone. So eventually she comes in with a little bag of chips and says, oh, hey, I like to sit by the window because I get a better connection on my phone. Do you mind if I sit across from you? So I said, sure, I don't care. Then I proceeded to continue to eat, play with my phone. So she starts asking me a bunch of questions like, oh, did you just start working here? Where are you from? How old are you? Da 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 da. So we started talking to each other, and she eventually asked me if I'm married or if I have a girlfriend. I said, nah, I'm single. So before she left the break room, she says in a joking tone, you know, we should hang outside of work sometime. I'm just playing, I'm joking, I'm just playing with you. So I started laughing and I said, yeah, we could do that. She's like, oh, really? Well, let me get your number then. So I gave my number and my first thought was, man, I'm trying to fuck the shit out of her. And I was happy it was her that approached me rather than the other nurses because she was one of the best looking ones that worked at the company. So later on, she started texting me, basically telling me all the drama that goes on at work. And she's asking when I'm free to hang out. So we plan to meet up after work. And she got off of work hours earlier than me. So she waited until I was finished my shift. As soon as I was finished my shift, I walked outside and she was in her car waiting for me. It was nighttime, real dark outside, and we decided to drive our cars to the supermarket parking lot across the street from the job so we could chill and talk for a minute. So once we got there, she hopped in the passenger seat of my car and we just talked about random stuff. As I'm talking, she's staring at me, smiling hard as hell. So I took that opportunity to check her temperature, you know what I'm saying? So I say to her, hey, I think I lost my CD in the back seat. You want to go back there and help me find it? Bam! And that's what set it off. Easy work. Easy. Bro, I was straight digging out those guts. Flipped her around, started clapping those cheeks. And it was funny because she was confessing her feelings while having sex with me. She's like, the first time I seen you, I wanted to rip your clothes off and fuck you. I knew I was gonna fuck you. I wanted this dick so bad. I needed this dick. Yo, I'm trying to tell y'all, if a chick is really feeling you, she's gonna smash you first and ask questions later. You ain't gotta buy no gifts. You don't have to do no tap dance, no circus acts. You ain't gotta take her out on no dates, none of that. She gave me her body, I gave her my body. I bust, she squirts. That's what I call a quick and easy fair transaction. And this chick was a pretty little BW with long hair. I showed my homie a picture of her and he's like, oh man, bro, how you pull that? Let me see the picture again. Let me see it again. God damn. Good shit, bro. Good shit. If you guys seen her from the front, you would think, oh, she kind of skinny, but when you turn her around, you'll see a nice fat booty. So afterwards, me and her pretty much said, we're going to keep it on the low so people at the job don't find out. And we agreed that we just be fuck buddies. She told me that she found this sexy how I walk into the work building and she was like, oh, you're so smooth by the way you walk, the way you talk. You just have so much confidence about yourself. You walk into the building like you own the place. It was funny because she even imitated how I walk and she did a damn good impersonation of me, but at work, she made it mad obvious because she just made it mad obvious we were messing around because when I walked into work, she would say, hi, freaky Jersey Tales. And even at that young age, I already had a bunch of experiences with different girls, so I knew this thing wasn't going to last forever, so I was enjoying the ride while it lasted. And it was actually a pretty long ride that lasted for a couple of months. Like, yo, we were smashing almost every damn day in the backseat of my car. It was crazy because sometimes I'll smash her multiple times in a day, sometimes before work, after work, and back then, I lived with my mom, so this chick, she also lived with her parents. So one day, I brought her over to the crib to smash when my mom wasn't home. And my mom came home hours earlier than expected. So this chick had to hide in my closet for 2 hours. Crazy times, man. What else? Let me think. I remember a time she told me she didn't like the music we were having sex to because I was clapping her cheeks to a trap CD mix I used to have. While we were fucking, all you heard was Brick Squad! Waka, bow, bow. I go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. Yo, I remember when smashing in the back seat, sometimes she had to stop me because she'd be like, Stop. You're making my punani sore. So me being the nice guy that I am, I'm like, oh, your coochie sore? Alright, fuck it, I'll take some head then. Yeah, she gave me pretty good head too. And she was the type of chick that was into crazy fantasies. There were times she wanted me to smash her while wearing Tim's and a do-rag. There were times she said she wants me to get a girlfriend so she could be my naughty mistress. There were times we were at work and she'll send me a text message saying, meet me in the bathroom so I can suck your dick. The first few times I say nah because I don't want to get caught or get fired, but I eventually folded and we would get quickies in the private bathrooms at a medical facility. She got a thrill off of doing naughty things, and I remember one time she said to me, you know, I love fucking you at work because it's like we're both getting paid to have sex. I told her, that's not what we're getting paid for, but I see what you're trying to say. And she eventually left the company because she got a new job somewhere else. I was happy as hell about that because sometimes she was a big distraction at work. And even though she was working at a different job, she still made time for us to continue our weekly nut busting activities. But on the real, she was a wonderful fuck buddy. Pretty little chick, slim waist, fat booty, phenomenal slop top. I didn't even have to take her out or anything, so I always had an empty nutsack and a full growing bank account balance, you feel me? But as we know, good things never last forever. So after messing around with this chick for a couple months, one day after we're finished having an intense backseat session, she does that female nature thing that women always do. She says, I gotta ask you something. Like, where do you see us going? What are your intentions with me? I said, well, remember, we had a discussion and we said we were just going to do this whole friends with benefits thing, right? She's like, yeah, but if we keep doing what we're doing, don't you think that you're going to catch feelings at some point? I said, no. We just kicking it, having a good time, you know? Why are you asking me this question anyway? Are you starting to catch feelings or something? She's like, oh, me? Oh, no, me? No. Oh, okay. I'm like, all right, cool. Well, now that we got that out the way, you ready for round two? So we did our round two, whatever. And afterwards I went home and then I started noticing she's acting different. She's not sending sexual text messages anymore and she's showing less interest now. So I told myself, yeah, it doesn't look like this is going to last much longer. So then she called me on the phone, which is kind of rare for her, but I picked up. First, she's talking about random stuff, beating around the bush. Then she asked, so you plan on banging me forever? So I just told her straight up. In the beginning, we had an agreement. Nothing more, nothing less. I told her, if she doesn't want to mess around anymore, then we can respectfully go our separate ways. But you don't want. Listen, like I said, either we can go our separate ways, or we can continue to get out. Hold on, I said, like I said, either we could go our separate ways, or we can continue to get out. So she's like, okay. I still need that dick in my life. So I said, alright, we gonna continue to get out. So a couple days later, she hit me with a text that said, meet me in the Kmart parking lot at such and such time so we could get out. I said, I bet. When the time came, I drove over there. She showed up like 25 minutes late, which was unusual. So once I arrived, she hopped in the back seat and I was already undressed and ready to go. When I go to take her clothes off, she pushes my arm back and says no. She's like, let me do all the work. So she gave me slop top for like 1 minute. Then she looks at her phone and says she has to go because her sister needs her or some bull crap. So I pushed her head back down and told her to finish what she started. So she gave me slop top for another 15 seconds and she gets up like, I gotta go. My sister needs me. I'll text you later. Then she runs out my car and left the car door open while I'm butt ass naked in the back seat. And I'm sitting there in shock like, really? I had to sit there for a couple of seconds to process what just happened. After I put my clothes back on, I had to block that bitch. Of course, she tried contacting me again from other numbers, but I wasn't having it. It was time to move on. And what's crazy is I dealt with some other nurses from that medical facility, but I'll tell you guys those crazy stories in another video. So take my stories as a learning lesson. You never dip your pen in the company ink.